Alright, about a week ago, I shared with you my review of the Rocky Scala gaming mouse, which features an iconic and nostalgic shape while offering modern features like lightweight construction and wireless connectivity. And today we're taking a look at yet another modern lightweight gaming mouse that also features an iconic shape and a feature that most gaming mouse doesn't have, and that is tri-mode connectivity, adding Bluetooth 5.0 into its arsenal. Now imagine the Razer Orochi and the Logitech G304 had a baby. This is the absolute perfect outcome, the Fantech Aria XD7. The Fantech Aria XD7 features a very lightweight construction of around 59 grams, an interchangeable top shell, tri-mode connectivity with Bluetooth 5.0, and uses the PixArt PAW3395 sensor, which is also found on some modern gaming mice like the Pulsar X2 and the Endgame Gear XM2W. But most importantly, features a comfortable shape that is perfect for people with small hands like myself. In fact, this is currently my new gaming mouse. Here, let me share with you all my thoughts about the Fantech Aria XD7. So let's get into it. In terms of the packaging, it is very well presented, with just the model name and weight in front, some image previews around the box, the package contents on the side, and some of its key features and technical specifications here at the back. Upon opening the box, the first thing that will greet you is the Fantech Aria XD7 gaming mouse itself, and underneath its rather hard to remove platform are the rest of the package contents. We have the user manual written in different languages, and an accessory box that houses the paracord cable with an attached USB Type-A to Type-C adapter that you can use as a sort of extension cable to make the USB dongle closer to the mouse. We also have a warranty card, a personal note from the CEO of Fantech, a few Fantech stickers, a set of anti-slip grips, some replacement PTFE gliders, and a solid top shell cover. Now, at first look and touch, as I've pointed out earlier, the Fantech Aria XD7 features a familiar shape that resembles both the Razer Orochi and the Logitech G304 with a sort of eggshell form factor. Looking from above, we have the primary buttons that uses the KLGM 8.0 micro switches, which are lightweight, actuates fast, and feature sharp and crispy click and tactile feedback. We also have the scroll wheel that is quite stable with a substantial amount of tactile feedback and doesn't have any unwanted squeaking sound. We also have an LED indicator and a perforated top cover here. Now looking at the left side, we have the forward and back buttons that are easily reachable using your thumb, and looking at the back side, you'll appreciate the relatively slim width of this mouse and the quite short height of around 38.2 at its peak. Flipping it on the right side, what I like about this is the subtle but aesthetically pleasing Aria logo that gives this gaming mouse a more premium look. You can also get a better understanding of its shape, especially the bump that is located just a tad off from the center. Here in front, as you can tell, the mouse clicker's height is relatively short, and if you haven't noticed already, this mouse features a symmetrical shape. Finally, looking at the bottom, we have 3 PTFE gliders, the PAW3395 sensor, the buttons for Bluetooth and DPI adjustment, and the switch between Bluetooth, wired, and 2.4 GHz wireless connectivity. I must say I don't like the placement of the DPI button. Placing it on top is still better in my opinion for quick adjustment. Although honestly, I don't switch DPI on the fly, but some people might, so yeah. Going back to the top, the Fantech Aria XD7 features a familiar nice and smooth matte finish with a perforated top cover at its out-of-the-box configuration. You can actually detach this to reveal the USB dongle nicely tucked inside. The USB dongle also has a Fantech logo, which is nice, but I would appreciate it even more if it says XD7 or Aria instead. By the way, you can also remove the cover for the primary buttons like so, and get a little bit of an idea about its internals. I'm not exactly sure what are the micro switches for the forward and back buttons, but they are clicky and tactile, albeit with a bit of play. Again, the primary buttons feature the popular KLGM 8.0 micro switches. Another thing that I appreciate in terms of the design of the Fantech Aria XD7 is the attention to detail with the subtle Aria logo right here. Now, it doesn't come with the package, but I figured you can add some spacer here on the button cover to adjust the contact with the micro switches. Overall, I like the design and construction of the Fantech Aria XD7, but if it features hot swappable micro switches and an interchangeable battery, this would be an absolute game changer. Now, in terms of the weight, as per my own measurements, it weighs roughly around 61.7 grams with the perforated cover and around 63 grams with the solid cover, which is right around the alley of a modern lightweight gaming mouse. Now, the shape of the Fantech Aria XD7 is one of the few that perfectly matches the size of my hand and my grip style. I like the relatively slim rear end that offers comfort while still providing enough support for my palm. The left side has a subtle groove for my thumb to sit in, while the right side is almost flat. In terms of grip styles, depending on the size of your hand, this is good for pretty much everything: palm grip, fingertip, and even claw grip. Although I feel like aggressive scorpion claw grip users might find the mouse button's height a bit short, that the ring finger might interfere on the side as you can see here. But your mileage may vary of course depending on your grip style. The weight balance is leaning slightly towards the front side, but nothing too concerning in my opinion. Overall, I honestly feel like this is one of the most comfortable and easy to adjust symmetrical gaming mice that I've tried in a while. It provides me with the familiar shape that I love from the Logitech G304 while offering a lighter and more comfortable form factor. Now before we move on, here's a quick sound test for the Fantech Aria XD7. By the way, the interchangeable covers of the Fantech Aria XD7 seems pretty much the same in terms of shape and height, and I'm hoping Fantech could also offer other sizes for users to purchase after the fact. And although the battery on this gaming mouse isn't interchangeable, at least the paracord cable is lightweight and flexible enough to not get in the way if you choose to use this in wired mode. By the way, the mouse pads that I'm using for this video are from Alpha Unlimited. They have smooth surface like these classic black and white designs, and they also offer microcontrol surfaces like this awesome Johnny's Revenge design for competitive FPS games. But the mousepad that I use for the unboxing part of the video is from Patag. Both are awesome local brands here in the Philippines, which I do support wholeheartedly, so check the links below if you're interested. Oh, another thing, I also use the new Fantech Zero G gaming mousepad, which features the popular Cordura fabric. This one is good for those who prefer a smoother surface, and the quality is actually pretty nice. It also features an anti-slip rubber base, an anti-tear stitching, and comes in a familiar standard 450 by 400mm form factor. As you can tell, this is the one I used for my actual gameplay testing. Speaking of gameplay in terms of performance, like I said earlier, this is one of the most comfortable and easy to adjust shapes for the size of my hand and my grip style. I was easily able to get used to this in just a few matches in Valorant. However, if there's one thing that I needed to adjust with this is actually the weight. Coming from a heavier Raktalan Air, I was surprised by how significant they differ in terms of overall feel, and I had to adjust quite a bit when it comes to quick flicks, and I tend to overshoot sometimes. My muscle memory might need some time to adjust, but overall, performance-wise, with a reliable PixArt PEW3395 sensor, I have no major issues when it comes to its technical performance. Speaking of technical performance, using the mouse tester software by Micro, the Fantech Aria XD7 with a PEW3395 sensor was able to maintain tracking even at a very high speed of above 4 meters per second. This is highly unrealistic and I almost snapped my shoulder, but the important thing here is that it did not lose tracking the entire time. Now here's a more realistic tracking speed when doing normal quick flicks. And with the constant slow tracking diagonally, as you can tell, there's no noticeable jittering. The polling rate at 1000 Hz is also, for the most part, quite consistent. So yeah, as expected, no issues here when it comes to sensor performance. And lastly, in terms of the software, it is pretty much the same as the one on the rack gear Scala, which at this point is not surprising anymore given the budget price point of these gaming mice using OEM softwares, and to be honest, not even a deal breaker for me. So inside the software, you have options to adjust the bounce time. You'll have up to 4 profiles and you can pretty much customize each button to a different function like another mouse function, polling rate and profile switch on the fly, key combination shortcuts, and the usual stuff. Under the second tab, you can adjust the DPI presets with up to 7 different stages, and you can adjust the DPI values in increments of 50 from 50 to a whopping 32,000 DPI. Of course, you can adjust the colors for each DPI stage, adjust the DPI lighting effect on the small LED indicator, choose between 125 to 1000 Hz polling rate, adjust lift-off distance, and you can even access the Windows mouse settings right out of the software, which interestingly the rack gear Scala doesn't have. And lastly, we have the macro tab if you're into that. Overall, it is a basic but useful software, especially if you want to tinker with the debounce time and lift-off distance. So to conclude, the Fantech Aria XD7 is honestly a very easy recommendation for me. While it's not the cheapest at around 3,490 Philippine pesos, it is still pretty affordable considering everything it has to offer, including everything that comes in the package. And not only does it feature a safe and easy to adjust shape and form factor, but it also offers the modern features most gamers are looking for, like the lightweight construction and interchangeable covers. And it even offers a third connectivity option with Bluetooth 5.0 for multi-device connectivity, which most budget gaming mouse at this price range simply doesn't have. Performance-wise, it is also quite reliable, but like I said, if only the battery is interchangeable and the micro switches are hot swappable, this could be the absolute perfect gaming and productivity mouse. Nevertheless, overall, a pretty solid budget gaming mouse. And there you have it guys, thank you for watching. Huge thanks to Fantech for sending this in. You can get this using the link below. Again, thank you for watching, subscribe if you like this, and see you next time. Have a great day guys, you're awesome.